Whoa! WoW Circle just entered the chat. Video sponsored by gtop100.com. Dowdy's Legion still in development with no launch date even close. Falsong's Legion opening their beta testing realm only a few days ago, so now it seems that the newly announced Legion Fresh Realm by Circle will be the first to release this year. The launch is scheduled for February 24th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Russian time, that is 5 p.m. my time, Central Europe. Legion is coming back to Azeroth and it hits Russia first. But before that, a word from our sponsor, a website for all private server wanderers, the place that can help you find a World of Warcraft private server for yourself, gtop100.com. Link to the website is also in the video description. Thanks GTop for sponsoring these videos and keeping us all informed about what's new on the WoW private server scene. For those of you not familiar with WoW Circle, it is the biggest WoW private server in the entire world. With up to 30,000 players online every day at peak, WoW Circle has realms for many expansions. I even made videos in the past visiting some of them. And now they're taking their shot at the Legion expansion, leapfrogging over the highly anticipated Dowdy and Falsong Legion. Things just got interesting. As you may assume from the launch time, it is primarily a Russian server, but it also has an international community on it, and overall the website and the announcements are in English too. As I mentioned, it is a fresh realm, meaning everyone starts from scratch, and leveling from 0 to 110 at times 11 XP rates, and times 2 rates for everything else. Circle's been working on the Legion expansion for about a year now. They also have an older 7.3.5 realm at 4 times XP rates, but they promise this one to be a lot better scripted. This new realm will be running on the 7.3.5 patch, that is the latest Legion patch, but with progressive content starting from patch 7.0. There are a few modifications to the realm. There is a VIP account option for those that want to donate and spend real money for a leveling speed increase, and more. This leveling increase won't be available from the start, so the race to Realm First should still be fair. Is this going to make the server pay to win? They don't tell us details about any other functions of the VIP. They say more, but what does that mean? So it's hard to tell. There are also going to be unique visual effect collections in menu, so maybe this could be an extra way how to monetize the server without making it pay to win. But Circle is known to be one of the heaviest pay to win servers out there, so it's hard for me to believe this would be an exception. A note about donations from the Circle team: items in control panel will be added gradually, but at the initial stage no features will be available, except character repair. This means you cannot even buy gold with VIP account during the first days. Features and items will be added depending on Realm's progress. And these are some things I'd really like to see other private servers do too. Arena Replay and Arena Spectator. You will be able to watch live and re-watch your own arena games or games of anyone else to learn and improve. Or just spend time online when you don't feel like playing yourself or don't have your partners ready. We also get a PvE spectator so you can watch players' dungeon runs live. Now this is what I like to see. I've never heard of a server to have a PvE spectator, so I'm glad Circle's not afraid of innovation. Going back to waiting for your arena partners to play, well, you don't have to wait anymore, because we are getting not only a 3v3 solo queue, but also a 1v1 solo queue option. I was hesitant if I should try this new realm, but now I'm in. And then you can obviously lower the XP rates from times 11 all the way down to times 1 if you choose so. I think that leveling through RDF will be by far the fastest and most efficient way of leveling at times 11 rates, since moving from one zone to another every few minutes would take too long. And there's also going to be an interactive in-game menu accessible with the command .menu. The realm type will be PvP, so you will be able to kill players of the opposing faction in the open world. They are promising a stable and maximally workable core and database, the most Blizz-like PvP/PvE we could prepare, with a focus on Legion content. It is a separate developer team independent from Firestorm, which makes sense since Firestorm/Freaks team, now working on Falsong, will be their main competition. And they promise an extensive advertising campaign peeking closer to server launch. Damn it, I should have waited with this video, I could have gotten paid for it. You will be able to create characters on Circle's new Legion 3 days before the start, on the 21st of February at 6 p.m. server time. That is 4 p.m. Central EU time. So you can reserve your nicknames and prepare the game client before the launch day. And finally, what does Circle expect from this Legion realm? More than 5,000 players from the start. Those are some strong words. I'm expecting Circle to be very similar to WoW. They are both Russian servers. WoW is also relatively big, especially for a Legion server, and also has many custom features. If you'd like to know more about WoW, I've made a review on their Legion server a year ago, so you can find it on YouTube. And they also say that the server could work even with 10,000 players. Now, if they can have 5,000 players on the launch day, that is actually the number of players WoW has daily across their 3 Legion realms nowadays. So this is going to be very interesting. Coming off of years without Legion servers, having WoW as the only populated Legion server in 2022, now we're going into 2023 and we're getting not just one, but at least 2 really big players right from the start of the year, with a possible Tauri launch later in the same year. Don't take my word for it, Tauri is the biggest question mark. What am I expecting from Circle? I think having 5,000 people at launch is realistic. I'm sure there will be at least a couple hundred people coming over from WoW, at least to try it. There's definitely going to be at least a couple hundred that are still waiting for Tauri and Felsong, and there could easily be some new and old players that have either never even played Legion or are going back to the expansion after many years. And if they really push the advertising as they promise they will, this could be a really good server, especially considering how many custom features they are implementing, and those are still subject to change according to what the players propose. So if there's something you'd like to see on the server, write it in the comments. I'm sure someone from Circle's team will watch the video. But there are also a few things I'm afraid of. It is a Russian server, which wouldn't be a problem, but the language barrier will be there. The aforementioned WoW does most of their promo on social media and their website only in Russian, so Circle's obviously a step ahead compared to WoW already in that regard, but it's still not perfectly accessible to English speakers. And the forum. Why is Circle's forum only available in Russian language? The other thing I'm worried about is the pay to win. It may not be an issue from the start, as they say they won't enable the VIP functions until later and will keep adding items over time, but how far will they go? Will they eventually add all the best in slot items on their donate shop after some 3 months after the launch? That's what I'm afraid of, especially looking at their other realms. You can buy Shadow Morns on their Wrath of Lich King realms relatively cheap, so everyone there's running with the best in slot weapon, and if you want to be competitive, you have to donate too. And finally, what do I think about the future for this realm, and how would it compare to Felsong or potentially Tauri? I still think, looking at it from all angles, Tauri has to be the overall favorite long term, although there is no guarantee it would be as well scripted as their Mist of Pandaria was. But Tauri has the history, you can progress on it with your old characters from years ago, which is a huge deal. They have a polished website, 100% international friendly, no pay to win, but reasonable donate options, character auction, armory, PvP dedicated realm with arena spectator. Felsong has the experienced team from world-renowned Legion servers, Freaks and Firestorm. They have been stepping up their game in terms of advertising lately too. They have a lot of things going for them. And these 3 are very different in terms of the XP rates alone. Circle is times 11. Tauri will probably be somewhere around times 3, I assume. Although there is no info on it yet, we don't even know if they keep all their 3 realms or they merge them into one. And Felsong will skip all leveling until level 98, which is the starting level for everyone. And it will be at 1.5 XP rates. And of course there's also WoW, but I'm not gonna recommend it. I think all of these Legion servers will probably provide much more polished experience, especially if you don't speak the Russian language. That being said, WoW is still a good server. There is a reason why so many people are playing on it. It's just that now the standard and the competition will be on another level, and if WoW doesn't become more accessible for everyone, then they might be as good as dead. As for me and my plans, the closest launch that I'm expecting right now is that of Twinstar's Mist of Pandaria pre-patch on February 12th, after which the PvP season on it should start on February 15th. I don't know, how can the PvP season start only 3 days after the expansion's launch? Does it make sense to you, or am I missing anything? I thought it would either start on the same day or we would get some 1 or 2 weeks to level to 90, but why 3 days? Anyway, I should be able to do just enough there in those 12 days to be ready to level 1 character on Circle's Legion on launch, and maybe focus at least on the 1v1 arenas on Circle if I don't have people to play with. If I do, then I might play there even more actively, but the priority will still be on Twin Stars Misapan area, and Circle's Legion will be my alt server. Of course, we know that the launch dates tend to get changed a lot these days, so nothing's set in stone. Whitemane and Felsong will be launching sometime later, and I would like to play on those as well, so I hope I can have enough time to play on all of these servers once they come out, and I will see you there.